What the fuck? Well, as you guys can see from that first clip, you know, I've literally been trying to fucking get a game. I don't know if there's a problem with Total War right now, but nobody seems to be fucking online. Like, what the fuck? Like, no one's playing quick play. I was doing really well as well. You know, I'm getting down to like top 700, so I'm feeling really good about myself. Apologies if I'm not speaking as kind of like as loudly in this video. I've just done a fucking gym class, and you know, basically, of course, that involves a lot of shouting, so I'm extremely tired from doing that. But no, but I wanted to get a gameplay out. I want to show that I'm still here. I want to say as well that I have got many more plans for this channel. I wanted to do some live commentaries on Total War. That's something that I really want to do. I want to get into live commentating because, like, you know, of course, playing and sort of talking, which is something I want to do. You know, just so it's a bit, maybe I can talk a little bit more about what I'm doing and why I'm playing. You know, get a bit more in depth. I've been working on a Vermintide video that's been taking me like half a fucking year to do. Well, not half a year, but like it's been real gay because I love Vermintide too, and I didn't get into the fucking beta for Winds of Magic, which sucks. But anyway, enough about that. You know, you'll hear, you know, I'm sure you'll also see on my channel other stuff going. But, okay, so we're playing Lizardmen versus Dwarfs. Now, this is quite funny because, of course, you know, recently on my channel I had another Lizardmen versus Dwarf game where I was playing as the Dwarfs versus the Lizardmen. And, you know, I showed what my Dwarf build was, or, you know, a sort of niche Dwarf build. But today I'm actually showing you what my Lizardmen build is. So, every time I go up against Dwarfs, I always bring this build. And this build, it's beautiful. So, in the good old front line here, we got skink cohorts. So basically you got two skunk cohorts on either side. So you got one on this side and one on this side. Basically, the reason I do that is because I love to do these guys is I send them out, and usually what most dwarf players will do, they have the slayers either at the back or on the sides, you know, to watch for those rear charges. So I love sending just a couple of skinks to come round the side, and they usually fight slayers for me, which is terrific, which is a great fight, of course, now because slayers have no armor and skinks have no armor piercing, but you know, like what, a 950 unit fighting a 350 unit, and it trades really cost efficiently. That's great. In the front line then we've got swords warriors with shields. Of course, if they bring thunderers, you got to have those shields. I mean, I don't know, you know, how much damage resistance. I think they've got bronze shields, yeah, 60, oh no, 35, fucking what am I saying, 35%, but that's still really good. So these guys, they're going to get into that front line, and they'll put decent work against dwarfs. I mean, they're not going to beat all dwarf infantry because they don't really have any armor piercing, but they have good weapon strength. But of course, the big sort of punishment is going to come from the Croxicores. These guys are armored, they're armor piercing. I mean, fuck me. Whoever works on, whoever made the Croxicore units, you got some serious artwork skills. I do follow quite a few of the Total War guys on Twitter who make these models, but fuck me, they don't get enough recognition. I mean, look how beautiful. I mean, how do they not win awards for these absolutely beautiful looking creatures, man? I absolutely love the Croxicores. So damn nice. As for my, so yeah, 2 pairs of Croxicores. As for my Lord, I have got Master Monday. Master Monday, yeah, just like, you know, what needs to say? He's a big fat toad, sitting on his nice, good old slan here. He's got the Sunburst standard of Hexato with, you know, 12 missile resistance, I always say that. Apotheosis, and I've given him Curse of Midnight Wind, minus armor and melee attack, always very nice. Shield of Old Ones, and then of course you've got Banishment and Ruination of Cities, really good for taking out, you know, dwarf units. Of course, they do magic damage, and dwarves, of course, have a lot of magic resistance, but still, really nice. I've also got the Rev Crystal here, the Revivification Crystal. This guy is really nice. I like, because, you know, what a lot of dwarves will do, they'll try to fucking, you know, snipe your lord with a lot of artillery and a few, you know, scary things. So I always love bringing a Revivification Crystal just in case to help Master Monday get back up. And then lastly, we've got 2 Temple Guard units. Now, I was thinking, do I bring the Star Chamber Guardians? But then it hit me. Why the fuck would you bring Star Chamber Guardians when they have magic attacks? Because dwarves have, like, actually, what do dwarves have? Is it 25% of magic resistance? Yeah, so 25%, you know, magic resistance. So if you bring the Star Chamber Guardian, you're basically bringing a Temple Guardian that's going to do way less damage. So, you know, it's kind of fucking stupid. But as for my opponent here, I did like this build. I'm going to try this. I'm going to literally try this build, you know, next time I go against Lizardmen. I mean, there's a few things I don't like, but there's a few things I do like. So, Longbeards in the front line, always a terrific pick. They have charge defense. He's also got some Dwarf Warriors mixed in here as well. Charge defense as well, the armored and shield. Of course, the Longbeards are going to be doing the, you know, they have Old Grumbler. I can't remember what Old Grumbler does. What does that do? No, so they have a bit of encouragement, but they don't have, you know, they have, you know, a bit of armor piercing, and actually I don't think they have much armor piercing. Oh no, they're not. So yeah, they're gonna hold the front line though. These guys they'll fight for a long time. They've got the good leadership, decently armored. They're gonna hold. But as for my, you know, opponent's very sort of strong pick, and I did really like this. So he's gone for 2 cannons. Okay, very strong. you know, cannons are just, you know, they're anti-large, they're armor-piercing. They are, I mean, you can see the health that's already Master Monday's taken. But as for a really niche pick, and I loved this, he's got two, not one, two Trollhammer torpedoes. This is fucking risky, okay? You know, if you bring this shit, you've got to protect it at all costs. And then in the back here, he's got a Runesmith. Of course, he's got, actually, he's only got one. I think he's got just the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. So he's just, you know, doing some damage and some resistance. I'm surprised he doesn't have all the other ones, though, you know. So, you know, that's interesting. He's also got Umgrid Iron Fist. I believe he's got Death Blow, and he's got Red Ruin, and Axe of Dargo. So, yeah, he's going to be, you know, putting all those off. And then as for his little last way of dealing with, you know, scary big monsters, he's got 2 Slayers and 1 Giant Slayers. Of course, the Giant Slayers differ to the normal Slayers by having that armor piercing. They're very similar to Slayers, but of course the armor piercing does help them push, you know, punch through those, you know, bigger units. Can't wait for Dragon Slayers though, and Demon Slayers. Give me those units, please. Okay, but let's get right into this replay. So this was fucking stupid. Okay, now my opponent, so when I'm playing against Dwarfs, what I do is I rush Master Monday in, and I sort of try and get into that back line. This was a huge mistake. Trollhammer torpedoes are not to be taken as a joke. Look how much damage they are doing. I was just, I literally, as soon as I did this, I was literally jumping down in my chair like, what am I doing, what am I doing, what am I doing, what am I doing, what am I doing? So basically, Master Monday takes half his health, okay? Trollhammer torpedoes shooting in, doing so much damage. Giant Slayers are coming in as well. You know, and Master Monday basically is about to run off. I do get the Shield of Old Ones and Apotheosis, and I use the Vivification Crystal on Master Monday. I mean, look, his healing cap is already showing. I mean, fuck me, my heart was pounding at this point. But luckily, we do get some skink cohorts into the back line on one side, and on the other side, we do get them in fighting Slayers. So we actually have got a really nice engagement here. Slayers fighting skinks, absolutely ideal for me. In the front line here, we have got Longbeards fighting against Swords Wars and Croxagores, and also some Dwarf Warriors in there as well. But Dwarf Warriors, they're just going to fucking fold to against Croxagores. They won't win that. But as you can see, Master Monday, poor little guy, Slan only saw the light of day for like a little bit here on 722 health. You know, that's ridiculous. I have got the Revocation Crystal backing him up though. I'm consistently healing him up with that as best as possible. But his cannons are still shooting in. 400 HP left on that. Literally, my goal here was, right, get the Croxagores through the front line and get onto the cannons. So we have got a nice frontal charge coming in here onto the cannons. But he does bring his Slayers in here. But I have the skins coming in and getting a nice rear charge on the Slayers. So it's not all bad for me. In the front line here, though, we are winning. Saurus Warriors are fighting against Longbeards, and we've got another rear charge coming back from these Croxagores as well, coming in the back here. One Croxagore does rout off, though, which is very unfortunate. Umgrid Iron Fist is fighting in here as a 2 Dwarf Lord, fighting, you know, all these Saurus Warriors. He won't die, he's unbreakable, of course, so he's going to fight to the right to the end. Temple Guard have engaged, though, and Temple Guard, they are luckily, I mean, Temple Guard are on full health, basically. Oh, no, they're not. Fuck me. This Temple Guard is taking some damage, but Temple Guard, they're no pushover. Balance of power is in my opponent's favour because, as I say, you know, so Master Monday, somehow, the great Toad himself does come back onto the field. I mean, as I say, literally, if he didn't come back, I think this game would have been a loss. Like, Temple Guard could not hold this out without Master Monday. But literally, I get him into the trees and I just hide him now because I was just like, fuck me. That was stupid. He has got one Longbeards over here, you know, watching out my skink cohorts. But, you know, the Revocation Crystal is sort of looking around, you know, healing up a few of these units, healing up some Temple Guard. We do actually get into the back line. A Rune of Wrath and Ruin, though, going on these Croxagores, a nice target to pick because, of course, you know, you can rampage them and they will rout off, of course, which is very good. He can chase them down with Trollhammer torpedoes and some Slayers here, which is very, very good for my opponent. Saurus Warriors are fighting against the Giant Slayers. So the Giant Slayers have almost died. I think they've got one left. Three Giant Slayers are fighting right to the end here. True Dowie of their kind. We have got some Longbeards here fighting some Saurus Warriors and Temple Guard. They're going to lose that engagement, which is very good now. And basically, our lines are sort of jattered a bit here. So as you can see, the balance of power is in my opponent's favour, but there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, he's still got both his artillery teams, but they're obviously, you know, one's routing off, but they've basically still got a lot of ammunition. So, I mean, this one's got 12, and this one's got 19 ammunition. So, this is why I didn't bring cannons on this map, because I don't like to bring cannons on this map, because you can just get absolutely molested and rushed very quickly. And, you, of course, you know, it doesn't really work out for you. I have got some Temple Guard, though, chasing some Trollhammer torpedoes. It's a very ideal for me. They have speed 31 versus speed of 26, so we are going to catch them. we get a nice rear charge from these Temple Guard here? Let's have a look here. I mean, of course, they are a halberd unit, but if you've watched videos from other YouTubers, of course, they talk about how halberd units are actually kind of, they sort of work as both because they actually attack quite fast. They actually got decent attack speed, so they sort of, you know, fit the both roles of having that bonus large and are very good against infantry. So we do get some Temple Guard into some Trollhammer torpedoes, but he does shoot in with the other one. But luckily, these, you know, that they're designed for anti-large, so they're not going to be doing too much damage for me. Some Croc Scores have routed back, and we've got some Skinks coming in here trying to get onto these. So basically, yeah, right now I wanted to get the cannon crew off, and I wanted to get rid of these Trollhammer torpedoes, because that's my opponent's last lifeline. If I can get rid of this blob here, then pretty much it will be in my favour. I mean, as I say, Balance of Power is coming back. We have got a bit of a, you know, interesting fight here. We've got some Longbeards and Slayers fighting some Swords Wars. They are going to fight, you know, win that very well. Ungrid Iron Fist there, he was doing a real sort of interesting. He was trying to get my, you know, Vivification Crystal, but luckily I did sort of juke him very easily. Luckily, you know, Dwarf don't have a lot of speed. I do use a Vivification Crystal on these Temple Guard. I want to keep, you know, one unit of Temple Guard nice and healthy, because basically, of course, you know, I need some armor piercing to deal with Ungrid Iron Fist. You know, even if all my Swords Wars died and, you know, and my Temple Guard is dead, and I still have this Vivification Crystal, Ungrid Iron Fist, he's no pushover. You got to respect him. So Balance of Power does go back to the, you know, to the middle here. And we have got Temple Guard here fighting the Runesmith. Actually is still on, you know, half HP. He is fighting some Swords Wars though. I've got the lucky, so yeah, basically after the entire, you know, butt fucking that this guy takes at the start, Mel's Master Money does come back in. Luckily, I mean, somehow he survived. I mean, I was spamming Apotheosis. Thank God of the Sunburst thingy of Hexito, you know, otherwise that missile resistance, he probably would have died. But he's back up to 2000 HP, and now pretty much I can just charge him into a lot of these, you know, rallying Dwarf, you know, units, and they're just going to instantly rout from the Fear and Terror, which is very, very nice for me. See, Balance Power does start to go in my favour here, which is very, very nice. The Runesmith here is sort of faltering as well. You know, Runesmiths, they're decent, but, you know, without his other buffs, I mean, as I say, he only gave the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, so he's not really going to be tanking a lot of this with armour or damage resistance. But another Rune of Wrath and Ruin does go down on my Swords Warriors. Over here in the forest, we do clear up the cannon crew and the Iron Drakes, which is absolutely beautiful. I was very happy with that. He has got one measly little cannon crew coming back in here, but, you know, they're not going to really win. I mean, you know, what can they do? They can charge in and maybe get a bit of damage on some units, but as I say, they're not going to... I made sure that their cannon crew, well, the cannons are going to be basically well protected. And, you know, pretty much it. We just sort of form a little bit of a last stand here. We're just sort of, you know, resetting our lines. We're both seeing what we've got to work with here. I'm, of course, using, you know, more Revocation Crystal and Apotheosis on Lord Master Monday to get him back up to full health. I've got still, you know, 2 Temple Garnier units, 2 Swords Warrior units, and I've got the Revocation Crystal. And we do charge in here. So we charge in. Lord Master Money does charge the Longbeards using Curse of the Midnight Wind, getting that minus armor and melee attack, which is very, very nice. Slayers do charge in, but as I say, Slayers, I'm not going to fight. And unfortunately, I think my opponent does leave here. I think that's what happened here. But yeah, very well played to my opponent. I mean, fuck. That start, that was so scary. So damn scary. I really like what he was doing. But as I say, more videos are coming. As soon as I get this Vermintide video out, and then, you know, I'm basically the Versus mode for Vermintide, the new Winds of Magic. I'm also working on Total War videos as well. I am working on a sort of bit of a tutorial video for multiplayer tips. It isn't going to be like, you know, sort of like, you know, I'm not going to go into one of those huge in detail sort of videos like, okay, you know, here's your deployment, you know, you can flank around the right and the sides. I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about reasons more why you actually are losing in multiplayer. And for example, a perfect example is know your matchups, okay? Know your trades, okay? For example, who's going to win between the Hageneth Executioners and Blackhawks? If you don't know, then then it's important that you know that. That's, you know, so that's a good example of something that, you know, that might be a reason why you're losing. So, you know, that'll be another video. But thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I am still alive. I am still here. See you guys next time.